You take your first toast, you're going to be on your knees with the cup in front of you. Put your hands behind your back, come down, grab it with your teeth, and drink it like that. Okay?
Okay.
So if you... Thank you. What?
You better not.
Are you gonna record it?
Don't be wasting our shape, Fred.
You are gonna record
Somebody should be.
I'm recording.
Alright, here.
Oh, I'm supposed to sit right at your table.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Nothing.
I'm nosy.
Pay attention.
Don't make friends.
Oh,
Yeah, you said we were getting a friend treatment.
you are getting a friend.
You are a
Friends
friend.
don't make friends.
So,
I'm a lightweight. Don't pull on too much.
oh boy. You're hanging out with the wrong crowd if you're
Okay, I'll
lightweight.
drink yours.
That was laughing good.
Uh,
I was like, you don't do it to the brim.
Got orange juice around.
Just bless me. I drank it all the
You have some orange juice?
Yeah. Well, grab a glass.
No, I never am drinking orange juice in my life.
Hey,
That's how I am with Crown. Oh, I got,
gotta have mimosas.
I just got tore up.
You want a little orange juice with the champagne? You want an orange juice with it? No.
You can drink orange juice. I'm not going to mess with you.
No, I'm not
It's
drinking
too
orange
hot
juice.
for orange juice.
I like champagne.
If I was like at a restaurant and it's cool, air
Where's mine?
conditioned.
I got
You
it.
gave it away.
Huh?
You gave it away.
Give me another one. See that new fancy dancy cup holder in
You
there?
want one?
Yes, please.
Oh, we need to get the other one.
Usually just how fancy it is. Well, I'm putting more stuff on it now, but that's pretty good.
Alright, so, story of ballooning. 1783, Montgolfier brothers in Paris, France, they owned a paper company. And they built envelopes, really, paper envelopes. They got this idea to capture a bunch of smoke in the envelope, that the envelope might rise, and if they built a big enough envelope, it could rise and it could pick up people, even potentially. So the king got word of this, because they're all nobility back then, all the rich people were. And the king thought, man, this is a great idea. So if we could build a big enough balloon, capture enough smoke, we could probably have a better view of the battlefield. So it was a big deal going on back then. This is 1783, which is an interesting time in our history. It's right after the Declaration of Independence. A lot of turmoil going on in the world. Ben Franklin was actually at the first balloon flight, witnessing it in France. So they decided that the first passengers couldn't be people because they didn't know if you could breathe in there. That's what it boiled down to. So as a scientific experiment, they decided that it would be a sheep, a duck, and a I'm not even kidding, a sheep, a duck, and a chicken. So the chicken was a non-flying bird. The duck was a control, he was a flying bird, and the sheep simulated human lungs. So they made this big old cage over here. They put this big giant rope in this cage and built this really ornate big giant balloon, which is about 30,000 cubic feet, which is a quarter of the size of the balloon we fly in the morning. So we built this big old stinky fire, and this thing, sure enough, they let it go, and off it went, screaming animals and farm animals. They didn't check the winds aloft. It was hauling butt when they got up there. So the Montgolfier brothers jumped on their horses, and they went off into the distance. And you can imagine nobody had ever seen anything like this at this point in history. So Farmer McNasty Pants is out tending to his field with his flock. Here comes this giant, smoky, fire-breathing dragon, screaming thing coming over the countryside. And it crash lands in Farmer McNasty Pants' yard. The place catches on fire. He's pissed off. Montgolfier brothers roll up on this scene. They get out the pitchforks and chase him off. So Montgolfier brothers go back to King, saying, "King, this is not cool. What are we going to do if we land and the farmers are pissed?" The king says, "I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a bottle of King's wine with my seal on it. That way, if you land in Farmer McNasty Pants' yard, you show him there, he'll know you're there on behalf of the king, and he won't mess with you." The first flight took place on November 21st, 1783. Pilot was Pilatre de Rosier was his name. I know it sounds like a pilot, right? But I always wondered if that's where the term came from, but it turns out it didn't. He was the actual first human in flight, and he was also the first aviation fatality. He died in a balloon accident trying to cross the English Channel. And with that, y'all on your knees, we're going to say the balloonist prayer and get ready to celebrate your first flight. All right? The winds have welcomed you with softness. The sun has blessed you with its warm hands. You've flown so high and so well that God has joined you in laughter and set you gently back into the loving arms of Mother Earth.